All right, what's going on? This is Jay from Next Level Motors.
I'm Anthony from Next Level Motors, and we back on. So
Yeah.
what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about more about the rental side of this business. I'm going to let Jay go ahead and start off with that.
All right, so we're going to basically talk about how to structure your business for the rental business to be a successful rental business, because there's two ways you could always run a business. Is run it the right way or the wrong way. So
I did it the wrong way for a long time. So
yeah, so we're going to break down the essentials of actually having a successful rental business. So one of the most important things before you get into the rental business is make sure that all your vehicles are registered under a business name. We're in Florida, so it's a no-fault state. So you want to make sure that all your businesses are under a corporation's name or LLC. So essentially, you're not liable for anything that happens in the car.
but what happened? What happened in your experience for someone that didn't have it under the business?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So back in 2017, when I was in prison, my dad ended up renting one of my cars. Obviously I had a bunch of cars, and he rented it to the wrong person. He rented it to two kids. One of the kids happened to died in that accident. The car split in half. The black Huracan that I had is a 2015 Huracan, and the kid died in the Huracan, and his family was suing my family, suing my dad because the car was under his personal name, and my dad had to file for bankruptcy because they were trying to come after all his assets. So he had to transfer all his assets to another person's name, just so they don't take his assets, and it was just a shit show. So basically, the most important thing you have to always remember, so you protect all your assets, is make sure that all the cars are under a business name, never under a personal name.
You want to know what's crazy about that? I was actually in transit, in prison, going to the other one, and I hear we had to stop at Coleman and had to pick up a few guys. And I'm there in the bus, I promise you, I hear these guys talking about a black Lamborghini that was wrapped that they like, oh yeah, the kids went ahead and hit the tree, one, and split in half. And I'm listening to them like, hold up. And I'm like, yo, I know exactly who the owner was. And it was the guys that were there. It was his boy that was driving the car. It was two young kids.
Two young kids, yeah.
But it was just so crazy how it all like correlated and stuff.
Yeah, man.
It was unfortunate.
It was unfortunate for the kids that did die in it.
One survived though.
One survived. Okay. We definitely don't want that. But always protect your assets. A vehicle could essentially be an asset for you if you buy it the right price. So you make sure you have equity on the car. Another essential thing is always make sure you have commercial insurance. So a lot of guys are out there just renting out their cars. Toro has a great, they have Liberty Mutual, I think. So, they have a good commercial service. So you want to make sure that as soon as you start your car rental business, you want to make sure that you have the two most important things. All your vehicles are under your business name, and you also want to make sure you have commercial fleet insurance for all your cars. Working with us, you'd have that essential system, so you can go ahead and have your fleet insurance, and we could help you put all the cars under your business name. And that's what we do. Anthony, he's our main guy that focuses on that. So Anthony could kind of explain to you a little bit more about the insurances, our history on the insurances.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you first of all, I used to be partnered in another rental company, and I didn't have these systems set up. So really, we just ended up. In the beginning, you make a good amount of money, the cash flow's coming in, but then what happens, the accidents start happening. And if you're not prepared with the system, the insurance, contracts, everything the right way, then the next thing you know, you're paying for 4 or 5 cars out of your pocket, and now you're losing money. So all that money you gained in the beginning that you thought it was all good, you might have blown it in the beginning, now you're actually losing money. So the main thing about it was making sure you have the contract written the right way, each person's license, and make sure they have insurance as well, because you really don't want to touch your own insurance. It's just for protection for your own company, because you all the time you want to protect your asset. And so by protecting it, you need to have your own insurance. Just in case any hiccup happens, the person doesn't want to cooperate, or just something crazy, you always know you're protected. So you always want to like double, triple check and double, triple protect yourself in this business, because the goal is to always win and not lose. So with the insurance, luckily we got Nicky. He checks everybody's insurance, make sure it covers the vehicle, and make sure nobody's leaving with any insurance is not going to be full coverage.
Comp and collision.
Comp and collision, yeah. Because if you don't got comp and collision, like That's it. You hit the car, you're done. So that's why Nikki comes in.
Yeah.
Nikki wasn't here today. He would have explained it perfect for you guys.
Unfortunately, Nikki doesn't want to be on camera, but
He didn't have a haircut today. That's what happened.
but I mean, I could tell you a little bit more about it because I kind of hear him every day. So you always want to make sure that you always verify the customer's insurance. Always verify that the customer has comp and collision, and you want to make sure that you get this on a recorded line. Just God forbid anything happens, you want to make sure the policy is active. You want to make sure that everything is on point. You want to make sure whoever's renting this car has insurance, because I mean, you're essentially renting out a car that's $100,000 or more. So if you're going to give this car to somebody and they don't have insurance, they have no reason why they should be in that car. Every car should be going out with insurance and a deposit. If a customer can't leave you a lousy $500 deposit on a $500,000 car, $250,000 car, $100,000 car, you shouldn't be renting that car to them. So if they're complaining about $1,500, it's better if you just lose that client. It's not worth the headache, because that client will smack your car, and now it's going to cost you thousands of dollars to fix that car. Maybe essentially even total loss, and you just lost a whole car over a guy that didn't even have insurance. So you want to make sure insurance is good, license is valid. We have a system that we verify to make sure that the customer has a valid license. Being part of our team and joining our team is pretty much making sure that all that is in play. You make sure that the customer's license hasn't had any accidents recently. You want to make sure that you verify everything. And not only verifying it, but you want to make sure that you get this on a recorded line when you also call these insurance companies.
Also, I think another thing that we like to implement is the car's $100,000 or more. You want to make sure that you even have the person hold the keys, stand next to the car, and take a picture of them.
Yeah.
They might not want a picture, but if the car's $100K or more, I think that's one of the best ways to.
One of the most important things we actually do is we don't take a picture. We record a video. The right way to do the actual verification of the actual video of the car, you want to make sure that you hold the customer's license up in the video. You record the video. You also record, you stamp the date and the time that the customer's picking up the car. Once you record that essential ID, you record the customer's face, you make sure it's them, you stamp the time and the date, and you do a video of the car fully, inside, outside, and the customer's there. You make sure that the video shows that he's there clearly. That would also prevent any claim if the customer is not going to cooperate. So you want to make sure, if God forbid something does happen and the claim does get put through, a lot of these customers probably are going to not cooperate with the claim because they're just trying to have all the sense in the world. So you want to always make sure the video is on point. You record the customer with their license, record the whole car, any damages, everything. So if you do a claim and the customer's not cooperative, you make sure that you submit that to the claim department, and they'll see that it's valid.
You want to know what's crazy? That these are a lot of like secrets, tips, whatever you want to call it, to running a successful rental business. And if I've never seen another rental business actually give this for free, because really they're trying to go ahead and cuff all the information. They don't want you to know because they don't want anybody else to create it. But realistically, they're all running a shit show. And I'm sorry for my language. So it's like we're actually giving you guys really good tips to make sure you could run a successful business. We really want you to get in partnership with us. But even if you don't, at least you guys could try on your own. And we're giving you the right information. And I've never seen anybody do something like this.
Yeah. And we're a one-stop shop. I mean, we sell cars, we rent cars, we fix cars, we supply parts. We also have our own body shop team. I mean, we're literally everything that you could think of. You know what I mean? And being part of our team, you have access to everything. You have part of our contracts. We also have one of the most essential things that we have in our system that a lot of people don't have is a CRM. It's 2024, guys. Everything should be in a CRM. That's
What if I put it in my notes and I put my notes and I got it
it's
all?
It's 2024, man. There's no way that you could run a multi-million-dollar company on a notepad on your phone. You know, so I try to tell a lot of people, I mean, this is just for any business. I've seen guys, doing whatever business off their notepad, and you just can't really do that. You're never going to build and grow. You want to build and you can grow. I mean, if you want to have a notepad, I use my notepad to verify things, but I have a CRM. I triple check with my notepad sometimes. You want to make sure you have notes. I mean, essentially, you have everything with the CRM. So for
Do
us,
you know anybody who has notes? It doesn't. No, I'm messing with you. I'm joking.
so yeah, you want to make sure that everything is clear, everything is crystal clear with your investor or whoever's your partner. You want to make sure that your CRM has all the vehicles. Not only has all the vehicles, it shows if it's available, if it's not available. If it is available, you know it should be indoors at the dealership. If it's not available and it's rented, you'd be able to check the tracking system we have. All of our cars have hidden trackers, and we just don't have one or two. We got about 5 trackers in each car. So when someone tries to steal it or do something dumb, they think they found 1 or 2, and little do you know, we have another 5 more trackers there. You know what I mean? So that's what you want to make sure as well. You have a good tracking system and a kill switch. All of our cars have kill switches. So if a customer defaults on a payment or he's making it difficult for us to pick up the car, we just turn off the car. You know, we try not to do that. But
what is one of the biggest things you think, like, we could give the people that like one of the biggest things that can help them actually grow in the rental business? What is the biggest tip you can actually?
The biggest thing is having a CRM, and a lot of you guys are probably thinking like, how is that going to help you? First of all, it's going to help you because whoever is helping you run the business, one person can't run a successful business. I mean, you look at all, like I said before in previous podcasts, like if you look at all the businesses, they all have a chain of command. You have the CEO, COO, CFO, you have the board of directors, you have your sales manager, your sales director. I mean, you have everything and everybody. So you want to make sure that you have a team and everything is crystal clear. So in our CRM that we have for our rental business, no one needs to call me and ask me what car is available. They can see it on the CRM. We also give all of our brokers access to the CRM so they can see what car is available, what's not available, what's out of service, what's been sold. It also shows the mileages, the gas that it comes in. You control your gas, and you want to control not only the gas, you want to control any damage report. Damage reports are on the CRM. Pictures of the license aren't uploaded on the CRM with the insurance card. All the customers detailed. We have their phone number. So if God forbid one of us want to get in contact with the actual customer that's renting one of the cars on the rental agreement, we can contact him ourselves. We don't have to go through no broker. Everything is transparent. We always want to do good business, and we want to show all of our partners and everybody what car is available, what's not available, what's being rented. If it shows that it's available, there is no reason why anybody's driving that car. You know, so like this car is available. This car shouldn't. I mean, it's available, so essentially should be stored at one spot. No one else should be driving your cars. You want to try to limit anybody driving your cars because you're putting more miles on the car. More miles on the car that you have, the more the value of the car depreciates. And you want to try to maintain the value of the car. Eventually, you want to sell the car. All of our cars, we try to sell it in about 6 to 12 months and get new cars. And that's the goal.
So now, like, honestly, like, let's say you're somebody out there and you're trying to make extra income. Maybe you put the cars on Turo, but you don't see enough money coming in or what you expected. And now you're hearing us talk about a team and how you need to put it together. And really, realistically, it's very difficult, and it's a big blessing if you're able to put a team together. So that's why we come in hand. You could be part of our team. We'll actually give you full access to the CRM. We'll let you come to our shop. And the biggest thing is, the more people that want to join the team, the bigger we could grow, the more locations we can have, and the more money everybody makes. So realistically, like, let's say you're trying to put a team together. You can't go ahead and hit up your friend that's probably smoking weed, hanging out at the house, doing nothing. Be like, hey, buddy, you want to be the manager here at this? And really, you want to have some experienced guys that are actually very militant, got a good structure, know how to really run a CRM and run a business. And at the end of the day, like, there's friendship and then there's business. Me and him could go out tonight, have a good time, but I might be angry at the way he calls me in the morning asking me about a car or something. But it's all business. You can't take nothing personal. And the biggest thing is egos. Everybody want to be at the top. It's very hard to structure a team. So instead of you trying to bust your head, trying to come up with the right team, we got everything in place for you here. All you got to do is join the team, and that's it. And honestly, if you're not a good fit for us, we'll probably drop you off the team. But no, I'm joking with you. We'll keep you on the team, but we'll show you how to actually be a good team member. This is not only about making money in business. This is actually showing you how to develop good friendships, relationships, And there's so much more than just making money and just renting cars here. This is more like a family. So we look forward to anybody who wants to join, wants to rent cars, wants to make extra money, just join the team. We'll help you out.
So, I mean, one thing he was saying was joining a team. Like a lot of people, I don't know if you guys have Toro or know what Toro is. So Toro essentially is you're partnering up with them. You know what I mean? It's not. I'm not saying we want to build our own Toro, but there's no need for us to build our own Toro. We just want to build our own team, and all of the cars being rented through us. Just how kind of Toro does it, but we give you more money. I mean, Toro, they're not really. You know, they're giving out cars, and you know they're keeping majority of the money. You know, that's being part of our team. You know, being access also to the cars to be able to drive them. You know, we bring so much value to a team. You know what I mean? It's what he was saying. You have to be militant. And that's the number one most important word is militant. If you're not a militant person, meaning that you're not on point, you're not serious about your business, then you know you're never going to succeed in life, in any business, because you need to make sure that you know you're following rules, regulate. Like, you know, as a team, we build rules, and even I have to follow my own rules. I can't just be like, oh, okay, for Ant, I'm not going to follow that rule. No. Like, rules apply for everybody. We set rules for a reason. So we have our own rules of do's and don'ts. Like, we personally don't drive other cars that shouldn't be driven. If these are rental cars, they should stay in-house unless it's rented. If it's rented, you'll be able to see the rental agreement on the CRM, who was rented to, the deposit was collected, the return date, the start date, everything is there. You know, so we want to bring everybody. If we all work together to make money together, we could all essentially make money together as a team. If you want to do everything on your own and separate yourself, I mean, you're going to be limited to how much money you can make. But if we all grow, if we all come in and make money together and build as a team, we could build something big. You know what I mean? Like a Toro nationwide, but without them having to, you know, take so much money out of the pot.
That's what I wanted to touch on. We're based in Miami right now, but our goal is to go ahead and go nationwide. So let's say you're in Ohio right now and you're watching this YouTube or you're watching this podcast, wherever you're watching it, and you want to start it and you think, oh, I'm not even in Miami. No, we can actually help you build it in Ohio. And, you know, we could expand over there. So this is not just limiting it to Miami. This is nationwide. We will see next level within all 50 states one day. But we need your help as well, and we need people that are confident, that want to make money, but are also, I guess, militant, like he said. And if we could do that, then imagine if we're going nationwide, we grow, you grow.
Amen. So I'm gonna run down a quick process on how we do our rental process. I mean, the first thing we do is we screen the customers. A lot of people don't screen customers. Like, a lot of people will just call you, be like, hey, I want to get a rental. You know, okay, yeah, send me your license, insurance. You don't even know if that's the person that's gonna rent it. First thing is first, always screen the customer. Make sure that as soon as the customer calls you, you check their Instagram, their Facebook. Make sure that if they have any pictures of them on the hood of a car and they look like they're going to cause you trouble, it's not even worth it. You know what I mean? You want to rent to good clients. You kind of want to pick and choose who you give this $100,000 asset to and just not give it to anybody. So you want to make sure you screen them. Once you do the screening process, you always get the license, insurance, regardless, that you should have while you do the screening. You verify their license, you verify their insurance, make sure they have comp and collision on the insurance, mandatory. Make sure that their insurance is valid. And also, once you verify the insurance, make sure you check the customer's driver's license to make sure it's valid, it's active. Make sure you look at the customer's driving record to make sure that there's no recent crashes, or if the customer has a tendency of having accidents. After you do all of that, and once you verify everything, make sure you get a deposit. Always get the deposit, because a lot of customers will just shop around and be like, oh yeah, I want to rent this car, and you hold the car, and guess what? They never show up. So always get a little $500 deposit minimum. If they don't want to give you $500 deposit, well, even better.
But what happens? They're like, yo, you're my friend, bro. Like, you know, I got the 500. You know, I got you.
Unfortunately, there's no friends in business. Like, business is business. It's part of being militant. That's one of the words he was saying. Even for my own, you know, family members, deposits, you know, because things could happen, and then, you know, then you have to start chasing them. Like, I don't want to be chasing
So,
nobody.
Ma, if you want to
know?
rent a car, Ma, you need to give $500 deposit, all right?
Oh, we got her 500 deposit. Trust. Thank you for the deposit. But yeah, we want to make sure you always have deposits, man. Essentially, deposits is what's going to prevent you from having headaches, scratch rims. Things can happen, you know what I mean? And it does happen. Even myself. Sometimes I scratch the rims and, I'm responsible. Just make sure you don't tell Tony.
Nah, he's going to see it from the camera. He watches the camera sometimes. I'm walking around. He's like, yeah, I saw you. Like, what are you talking about?
So yeah, you want to make sure you always get deposits. Once you have the deposit, you're pretty much good. You're ready to go. Start getting the contract done on the CRM. CRM comes, you take the CRM. We have HQ Rental CRM, which is one of the best ones I personally think. But you could use any CRM that you guys could, do your research on. But we use HQ Rentals. HQ Rentals, to us, it's the best. It's also integrated to our GPS systems and also integrated to CarSync. CarSync is an app that will tell you what each car brings every month. They basically do your profit and loss per vehicle and as a company. You'll see how much money you've brought in. So these are all the things that you want to make sure you have. This is part of a business. You don't want to run a business just from the back of your house on a notepad. You want to do this the right way. All right? So
what happens? Let me ask you a question. So let's say that the client's a good client. They've been renting for months. Because, a lot of these clients, they rent and they get so addicted to the cars that they stay in it. They don't want to get out of it. So now let's say we got a client that's been going for months and his day is due today. But he's like, yo, bro, I've been paying 4 months in a row. Come on, bro, I got you tomorrow. Like, how's a way that you attack that right there so that day doesn't turn into day 2, day 3,
all
day
right,
4?
so this is what you call VIP clients. All right, there's regular clients and VIP clients. Now, our VIP clients, yeah, we usually do like a weekly special for them. You know what I mean? So if you're renting a car from us at $300, $250 a day, and you're renting it every week or you're renting it for months at a time, obviously you're gonna have some special perks. You know what I mean? But everybody leaves a deposit. Once they already go over their deposit, those VIP clients, you want to make sure that you're chasing them for the car. I'm not chasing them, but you're either turning off the car or picking up the money, however you want to go about it. All of our clients bring us money, or the VIP clients, we go to them. So, that's pretty much it.
Bless.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, it's realistically, once you give somebody 1 day, it might turn into 2 days, and now you might be waiting for the third day because you're trying to collect day 1, day 2, and you don't want to lose it. So it's really to cut it right there. Don't let people drown themselves.
It's about being militant. You got to make sure you follow your rules and regulations. Our rules and regulations is very simple. If a customer misses a payment 1 day, you're turning off the car. And that's just what we do. You know what I mean?
So you got to practice no.
You got to just learn how to say no, and it's my rules and regulation. You could blame it on the next guy. Nikki always blames on me, or he blames it on whoever. Whoever has to be the bad guy. If you don't want to be the bad guy, you can blame it on me. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. Just as business. Like I said, being part of this business is being militant. If you're not militant and you don't follow your rules and regulations, you're going to lose. If you don't follow these rules that we're setting up, you're going to either lose money or you're going to lose a vehicle. But essentially, you're going to lose money, and that's what we don't do. We do not lose money. All right? And back to all the steps. So you already got the customer's license. You verify the license. You make sure that his license is valid. You made sure that his insurance is on point, has comp and collision, and it's active. Now you did the rental agreement. Not only did you do the rental agreement, but you also attached all his information to the CRM. You booked the car in the CRM. You have the deposit. Now you collect the money from the customer. Once you collect the money from the customer, make sure you do the video of the customer's license. You hold the customer's license. You do a video of his license. Also, you're doing a video of the customer himself in that video with his license. You stamp the date with the time. So make sure you always do that. You stamp the time, the date, the video of the customer's license with the customer on the video, and you do a walkthrough of the car in and out. Make sure you do a very slow, thorough video of in and out. So if the customer brings back the car on the check-in, when the customer checks back in that car and there's a little scratch or there's something, it's all in the video. You want to make sure you record the video with the rims, undercarriage, make sure you get under the car, make sure you get the interior of the car. Anything and everything should be recorded on that video. Once that video is done and the customer knows how he's accepting the car, you give him his rental agreement, you can email it to him because everything is digital now through the CRM. Now the customer's ready to go. You know what I mean? So all of our trackers also track if there's a mileage, like if the customer goes over 80 miles, we give them a warning. After the customer does more than, I would say, 3 warnings, I'm taking the car away and I'm shutting off the car. He has 3 warnings. Always let them know, hey, there's a certain speed. The miles right now, what we're doing is we're doing about 200 to 300 miles a day. I mean, you could essentially do whatever you want, but you could also cap it out depending on how you want to do it. A lot of our cars really is no miles, because a lot of our customers respect our cars. We give it to them in perfect condition. They bring it back to in perfect condition. So your customers are going to respect the car depending on how you give them the car. If you give a customer a car on E, not washed, dirty as hell, scratched up, they're not going to respect the car. You want a customer to respect the car, you have to make sure that you respect the car. Make sure that you have a car wash guy in your team. Make sure that he details the car. Make sure that the car is on full, so the customer brings the car back on full and washed. I mean, we're not asking to bring it fully washed, but bring it back clean. And if a lot of customers do smoke in the cars, we have some smoking cars and we have non-smoking cars. So if a customer is going to be smoking weed in the car, we give them the smoking weed cars. If the customer is not going to be smoking weed, we give them the cars that aren't smoking weed.
One of the most common ways for anybody to lose money, and they think they're saving money at the moment, is not keeping full maintenance on the vehicle. So like that kind of goes into the CRM we got, which is why it's so important to be with us, because we know when the tires need to be fixed, changed, when we know when the oil change needs to be done. We keep up to date with everything. And the biggest way to lose money is by not changing the tires, not doing the oil change. You could blow the engine. You could go ahead and the customer could be on the road, get a flat tire, run into a rail. Now you're looking at a big mission. You got to spend money to make money, but you got to be very on point with it, militant with it. Because if you got the system, you won't lose. A lot of people go ahead and just keep running out the cars. I say a lot of people because I've done this. And I've ran my rental car business into the ground. Didn't care about the tires, didn't care about the oil change, just cared about collecting that daily money. Hey, make sure you pay me, but it wasn't ran the right way. So the reason I know how to go ahead and win in this business is because I lost so much in it. So you got to lose. Unfortunately for y'all get to learn from my experience. I lost already for you guys. So now I can tell you what does work and what doesn't work. Okay, so now basically you want to go ahead and make sure that everything's on point with that, because if not, that's the difference from spending $800 on tires that day. Now you go ahead and you spend that, but if you don't do that, you can end up losing $5,000 on that car that same month. So you got to spend the money to make the money, but you got to be on point with the maintenance. The maintenance will go ahead and ruin your car. Next thing you know, you purchased the vehicle for $90,000, you've ran it to the ground, and you're only going to get $65,000 for it. And now you're on a mission. We make sure that not only do we keep the maintenance up, we make sure the miles are right, and we sell the car at the perfect timing. We don't hold on to the car for an extra month, an extra year. We make sure we buy, rent, and sell. If you go ahead and you follow our system, you will always win. You'll be successful. If you go ahead and you create your own system, maybe we can learn from it. But if you don't go from experts that already lost, then it's going to be hard to win in the beginning. You might win in the end, but the whole goal is to invest and win. You don't want to go ahead and invest, learn, lose, then win. That's why you got us. We lost, now we're winning. So.
And it's like Anthony says. Anthony, he's had his own car rental business. He ran it his way. I've had my own car rental business by myself. I ran it my own way. And guess what? We both failed. We're not perfect people, but we're trying to help you guys not to make the same mistakes we've made. I've lost millions of dollars in cars. I mean, I've lost so much money in cars because I didn't do things the right way. So Anthony lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in his cars as well, in his business. So now we were smart enough to put all of our brains together and make sure that this doesn't happen ever again, and it doesn't happen to you, and you don't lose money. So it's like Anthony said, I mean, you can learn from our mistakes, or sometimes people want to do it their own way and learn from their own mistakes. I mean, however you guys want. But the bottom line is we're here to make money. Me and we want to make money. We want to help you make money. We want to help you be successful in any business. We want to help you grow. Next level is just not next level motors or next level rentals, or it's not next level solar. It's not next level funding. It's not next level auto body. It's next level. Word next level means that we're trying to take everything to the next level. And that's why we kept the name Next Level, because essentially what we want to do is bring anything that you have to the table and bring it to the next level. And that's all it is.
That's been the word of the week, essentially. In essence, essentially, I've heard essentially a million times this week. So
Militant.
I don't know. I heard him talking to a gentleman yesterday, and the guy started saying in essence after saying essentially. So that was funny. I was like, oh,
that was a good one, right?
I was taking notes. Essentially. I guess if I keep saying essentially, you're gonna get the point. But
I mean, it helped me close $1 million deal, so
essentially it was good.
looks.
That's funny. That's funny.
All right, so that's gonna wrap it up. Running your own rental business. Go ahead, try. If you want to do it with us, it's gonna be successful. And it's all about volume for us. It's all about getting more cars, growing, and it's not about having 1 or 2 cars. We have 46, 48 cars right now, and we're trying to grow bigger. By the end of this year, we're trying to have at least 100 to 200 cars and grow nationwide. I mean, we want to be our own Toro, but not in a level where a customer has to lose so much money and for another company to take so much money from them. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So tell them where they could follow us at.
All right, so you can follow us on Next Level Auto Club Miami on Instagram. We also have our personal Instagrams.
@_trust with 2 T's at the end.
And my personal Instagram is jmoguls_Steph.
You gotta change that name.
And our other Next Level account that we have on IG is Next Level Motors. We also have TikTok, jmoguls_Steph. YouTube. What's our YouTube channel?
Next Level Motors.
Yeah, YouTube. I mean, we're pretty much in every digital platform. Facebook. You can find us pretty much everywhere. We'll go ahead and tag everything here on a video so you can follow us.
When you go on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, and you get a lot of alerts to your phone when we're going ahead and updating videos, dropping knowledge, and best thing is it's free.
Yeah, so. I mean, all we're trying to do is we're trying to help you not to make the same mistake. Everything is free. We're not charging you $10,000, $5,000. We don't need your money. We already have money. We want to grow with you guys as a team and take it to the next level.
So essentially, you want to win? Go ahead and follow us. Look forward to seeing y'all next time.
And stay militant. All right.